Hey everyone! Today we're going to dive into a really fascinating Japanese concept called Ikigai. It's this powerful idea that might just hold the key to living a longer, happier, and, a more meaningful life. So let's get right into it.
Okay, so let me just kick things off by asking you something. It sounds simple, but it's actually pretty deep. What's your reason for getting up in the morning? I know, it's a big question, but it's really at the heart of everything we're about to explore.
So to find some answers, we're going to travel to this tiny village in Japan called Ogimi. Now this place is nicknamed the Village of Centenarians. Why? Because it has one of the highest numbers of people living over the age of 100 anywhere in the world. I mean, way more than the global average. And the thing is, they're not just living long, they're living well. They're joyful.
And what's their secret? Well, a lot of people think it boils down to this one powerful concept, Ikigai. You say it like Ikigai, and it basically translates to a reason for being. It's that thing, that purpose, that gets you excited to jump out of bed, ready for the day. It's the kind of happiness you get from always being busy with something you truly love.
Now here's where it gets really interesting, especially when you think about how we live. In Okinawa, where this village is, there's no word that really means retirement in the way we think about it, just stopping work completely. Instead, people keep doing what they love, what they're passionate about, for their entire lives.
Let me tell you about Tomi. She's a 92-year-old gardener from Ogimi. For her Ikigai is her vegetable garden and her friends. Every single day, she finds her purpose in growing her vegetables and just spending time with her community. It's a perfect example, right? Ikigai isn't some grand job title. It's woven right into the simple daily fabric of life.
So that naturally leads to the big question. How do you find your Ikigai? Well, it's not like some lightning bolt of inspiration. The Japanese believe that every single one of us has an Ikigai. It's already there, hidden inside. You just have to do a little digging to uncover it. So let's look at how you can start that journey. Okay, think of your Ikigai like the center of a Venn diagram. It's that magic spot right in the middle where four things overlap: what you love, what you're good at, what the world actually needs, and what you can be rewarded for. It's the perfect intersection of your passion, your skills, and your ability to contribute. That sweet spot is where you'll find true fulfillment. And to help you start searching for that sweet spot, here are a few things to really think about. What are you doing when time just seems to disappear? What's that one thing you would do just for the pure joy of it, even if no one paid you? The answers to these questions are like little breadcrumbs leading you right to your personal Ikigai.
But here's the thing, Ikigai isn't just some abstract idea in your head. It's supported by a whole lifestyle. For the people of Okinawa, their purposeful lives are built on three really important pillars: how they nourish their bodies, how they keep moving, and how they connect with each other.
Let's talk about nourishment first. The Okinawans have the saying, Hara Hachibu. It's a simple but incredibly powerful idea. It just means you eat until you're about 80% full. You stop before you feel stuffed. And this little habit has been shown to reduce the kind of stress and inflammation in the body that makes us age faster.
And what they eat is amazing. Their diet is like a rainbow of foods that fight inflammation and are packed with antioxidants. It's mostly plants, with sweet potatoes as a staple for their vitamins and slow-burn energy. They eat fish a few times a week, but you almost never see things like processed foods, sugar, or a lot of meat. They basically treat food like medicine for the body.
So the second pillar is movement. But you can forget about hitting the gym for grueling workouts. For Okinawans, it's all about gentle, consistent movement every single day. We're talking about things like gardening, walking, or doing Tai Chi. As 98-year-old Hiroshi says, the body just needs to keep moving, just like a river needs to keep flowing.
And this third pillar, this one might just be the most important of all. I mean, look at this chart. It's absolutely staggering. It shows that being socially isolated can be just as dangerous to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. In Okinawa, they have this amazing, built-in defense against loneliness. It's called a moai. You can think of it like a lifelong support group, a tight-knit circle of friends who are there for each other through thick and thin for their whole lives.
So, we've covered the lifestyle. But beyond that, there's this really specific mindset that helps people live these long, happy lives. It's all about being resilient, finding that deep sense of focus in what you do, and believe it or not, embracing the beauty of an imperfect life.
A huge part of this is finding a state of flow. You know that feeling, right? When you're so completely absorbed in what you're doing that you totally lose all track of time. It's not just satisfying, it's almost like a form of meditation that seriously cuts down on stress and is great for your brain.
The legendary sushi chef Jiro Ono is a perfect real-world example of this. Even into his 90s, when he's making sushi, his focus is so intense that he says he becomes one with his craft. That is the kind of deep satisfaction that finding your Ikigai can bring to your everyday work.
And that connects to another key Japanese idea, wabi-sabi. In a lot of Western cultures, there's this constant chase for perfection and trying to stay young forever. Wabi-sabi is the complete opposite. It's about finding beauty in things that are imperfect, impermanent, and incomplete. It changes how you see aging. It's not a decline. It's a process that adds wisdom, character, and beauty.
When you embrace that wabi-sabi mindset, you start to build something called anti-fragility. Now, this isn't just about being tough or bouncing back from problems. It's about actually using challenges to grow stronger. Think about it. The elders in Okinawa have lived through some incredibly tough times, and those very experiences are what built their deep, profound resilience.
All right, so we've talked about what Ikigai is, and we've looked at why it's so incredibly powerful. Now for the most important question. How can you start bringing these ideas into your own life, like right now?
It really just starts with small, simple actions. Maybe you create a little morning ritual to start your day with intention, or you turn mealtime into a mindful moment with no screens. Find tiny ways to sprinkle your passions throughout your day. And when you're with people you care about, give them your full, undivided attention. It's all about being present.
The legendary filmmaker Hayao Miyazaki just nails the spirit of Ikigai with this quote. It's such a perfect reminder that Ikigai isn't some final destination you reach. No, it's the path you walk every single day. It's a daily practice of finding your purpose, even if it's just by doing one small creative thing.
And that really brings us to the core of it all. Your Ikigai isn't some huge monumental thing you have to go out and find. It's something you do, day in and day out. So I'll leave you with one final question to think about. What is one small, purposeful